So dear students, now let us move to the concepts of solid geometry. So what do we mean by solid geometry? So up till what we have been looking at was the figures or geometrical figures drawn in a plane. Plane means a two-dimensional plane. But now on we would be looking at the geometry of solid objects, solid 3D objects, which have got length, which have got breadth, which have got height. So that is geometry of solid regular shaped 3D objects. So let's move. So the first and foremost object that one must be aware of is cube and cuboid. So basically what is a cube? So cube can be thought of as the like a square. Square has two sides equal, and a square is a two-dimensional object or a figure drawn in two-dimensional. Likewise, cube is a geometrical figure having three dimension, and length in each dimension is same. That means this is a cube, length is equal to breadth is equal to height. So you must have seen cube like dices and all in real life. So you know all these formulas you must be aware of. Volume is equal to volume of a cube is equal to a cube. So if the length of one side of a cube is assumed to be a, then all the formulas are given in terms of a. So if the side of a cube is known, everything about that cube can be known. The only crucial fact about the cube is its length. There is nothing else to be known about that cube. If you know the length of a cube, you know its volume, you know its surface area, and you know its all other associated parameters. So these are the formulas associated with the cube. So if the length of the side of a cube is a, volume can be said to be a cube. Why a cube? Because length into breadth into height, and all three are equal, hence a cube. Curved surface area is equal to 4a square. Now what is this curved surface area? So curved, that means excluding the bottom and top. So you can see that a cube has six surfaces. If you look properly, a cube will have six surfaces. One surface, two surface, second surface. So this is third surface, and three surface opposite to these faces. So each surface is exactly like a square. So each surface is a square after all, and since there are six surfaces, so the total surface area was 6 times of a square. But when you talk about the curved surface area, then you don't include the top and the bottom portion. In that case, you are including only 4 times, or the 4 faces out of 6 faces. You include only 4 faces. So lateral or total surface area is 6a square, and curved surface area is only 4a square. Now what is the length of the diagonal? Length of the diagonal is root 3a. Now please understand something. This is not the diagonal. This is the diagonal of the surface. But if you talk of the diagonal of the cube, this will be the diagonal from one corner to the opposite corner. This is the diagonal. So diagonal goes within the object. So now cuboid. So cuboid is very similar to the cube, with the only difference being that all its 3 sides are not of same length. That means A is not equal to B is not equal to C, or in case length is not equal to breadth is not equal to height. But the formula will still be the same, only the values will change. So volume is given by length into breadth into height. So here straight away L into B into H, because A, B and C are all different. So curved surface area is equal to 2 times of height into length into breadth. Why? Please understand. So curved surface area, that means 4 such surfaces. One surface, two surface, second surface, and the two facing the opposite ones to these ones. So if this is H, this is L, this is B. So the area for this is H into L. Area for this, because this will also be equal to H. This is H into B. So the curved surface area of a cuboid is 2 times HL, because one surface this, the other surface opposite to this, which is not visible here. So 2 times HL plus 2 times HB. So here you can see that 2H can be taken as common. That's why this formula, you need not remember this formula, just understand them, that what is actually meant by curved surface. So total surface area. So you already have the curved surface area. On top of that, you have to add the area of two such surfaces. So this is L, this is B. So plus 2LB. So that's why. Now length of the diagonal, similarly under root of A square plus B square plus C square. So now let us see what kind of questions have been asked from this topic till date. So let's move on to that. So a factory plans to construct a cuboidal vessel of dimension so and so. So this is the dimension. Due to space constraints, the factory remodels the vessel in the form of a cube with no change in the volume. The side of a cube is. So you see, earlier the factory had decided that it will form a cuboidal vessel having dimensions 18 into 12 into 8. But then it changed its mind and it decided to cast a cube instead. So what is common between the cuboid and the cube? The volume. So the volume of the cuboid is just the same as the volume of the cube. So if the side of the cube is assumed to be A, then I can say that volume of cuboid must be equal to volume of cube, because it is said here now with no change in volume of cube. So what was the volume of cuboid? It was 18 into 12, length into breadth into height. This was supposed to be made, but they changed their mind and made a cube. So volume of the cube will be A cube. So this must be equal to this. So based on this, we have to calculate the side of A. So therefore, A is equal to cube root of 18 into 12 into 8. So what to do? You factorize this properly. Don't calculate this in one go. You factorize, try to make triplets because it is cube root. So 18, 12 and 8. So what can 18 can be written as 3 into 3, 9 into 2, 18. 12 can be written as 3 into 4. So 3 into 2 into 2. So this is 12. 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. So if you see 3 times 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. So triplet gets created. So out of one triplet, 1 3 can be taken out because you are trying to find the cube root. Now look at the count of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So out of 6 2's, 2 will go out because you are finding the cube root. So 3 into 2 into 2, 12. So 12 is the answer. This will be the answer. Let's move to next one. If the age of a cube is increased by 2 centimeter, the volume will increase by 488 cubic centimeter. What then will be the length of each edge of the cube? So let the original length be A, length of the edge be A. It was then changed to A plus 2. So what is being said? It is said that the increase in volume. So new volume is this much, old volume is this much. So this is the change in volume. So this is equal to 488. So let's find out the value of A. So if you expand this, A cube plus 2 cube, that means 8, plus 3A square into 2, that means 6A square, plus 3AB square, that means 3 into A into 4, so plus 12A minus A cube is equal to 488. So from here, what can be said? It can be said that 6A square plus 12A is equal to 480. So I am taking it here. So if you take 6 as common, so a square plus 2a is equal to 80. So a square plus 2a is equal to 80. So a square plus 2a minus 80 is equal to 0. So from here a square plus 10a minus 8a minus 80 is equal to 0. So a into a plus 10. So you see this is a plus 10 into a minus 8 is equal to 0. So a is either equal to minus 10 or 8. But minus negative value is just not possible because we are talking about a cube. So the original length is 8 centimeter. A comes out to be equal to 8 centimeters. Now let's move to this one. The volume of a cube whose surface area is 96 centimeter will be equal to what? So we know that the formula for surface area is 6 times a square, where a is the length of one edge. So this is given already. So this is given to be equal to 96. So from here you can find out that a square is equal to 96 by 6 is equal to 16. So a will be equal to square root of 16. We have to take positive value only because we are talking about things like length, area cannot be negative. So a is equal to what? 4. So now that you know that one side of the or one edge of the cube is 4 centimeter, you can easily calculate the volume. So what is the volume? Formula for volume of a cube is what? Length into breadth into height, which is a into a into a. So is equal to a cube. In our case that will be equal to 4 cube, comes out to be 64 centimeter cube. So this is the correct answer. So now let's move. 2 cubes each of 10 centimeter are joined to form a single cuboid. So what is the surface area of the new cuboid so formed? So please be careful, this is a tricky question. So 2 cuboids, so this is first cuboid, first cube. So it is said that 2 cubes are kept side by side. So this is first cube. So if you keep another such cube here, let's suppose that now I bring another cube and position it here. So now see what will happen. If the original dimensions were a and a, what will happen to the new dimension? What will be the new height? This will be 2a because this is a, this is a. So sorry, one side will be 2a. What will be the height? It will still be a. So look at the 3 sides. See, this is the best way to analyze the sides of a cube or cuboid. This way you can think. So this will still be a. So this is still a. This is still a, but this has become a plus a, 2a. So this is the change that has occurred. Now the question is, what is the surface area of the new cuboid? As you can see, it is obvious that if you join 2 cubes, it will no more be in cubical shape, it will be in cuboidal shape. So now what is the surface area? So formula for surface area of a cuboid, what is the formula? So 2 times of AB plus BC plus CA, where A, B and C are 3 different edges. So in our cases, edges are 10, 10 and 20. So let's apply this to the formula. So 2 times of AB, so 10 into 10 plus BC. So BC is what? 10 into 20 plus CA. CA is what? 20 into 10. So twice of 100 plus 200 plus 200 is equal to twice of 500. So 1000 units. So this will be the correct answer. Now let's move further. A cube whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter. So cube 1 whose volume is 1 by 8 cubic centimeter is placed on top of another cube whose volume is 1 centimeter cube. The two cubes are then placed on top of third cube whose volume is 8 centimeter cube. The height, okay, fine. So what this question is, so three cubes are kept over each other and you are asked to calculate this height. So to calculate this height, you will have to know the height of each cube. So A1, A2 and A3. So you need to calculate the height of each cube. So look at the volume. So cube 1, cube 1, cube 2 and cube 3. So let sides be A1, A2 and A3. So the volume of first cube, that means A1 cube is equal to 1 by 8. So from here you can see that A1 is equal to what? Cube root of 1 by 8. So comes out to be half. Now coming to the second cube, it is said that the volume of second cube is 1 centimeter cube. So I can say that A2 whole cube is equal to 1. So from here it is concluded that A2 must also be equal to 1. Now coming to the description of third cube. So about the third cube, it is said that the volume of third cube, that means A3 whole cube, must be equal to 8. So from here you can see that A3 is equal to cube root of 8, comes out to be equal to 2. So this is what is the height of these three different ones. So 2, but they are kept in this order. Correct order is that A1 is kept on top of A2, which is kept on top of A3. So what is the total height obtained? So A1 is half, A2 is 1 and A3 is 2. So total height is 3.52 plus 1, 3 plus half. That is 3.5 centimeters. Let's move to the next one. If each edge of a cube is increased by 50%, the percentage increase in its surface area. Now you see, I have already taught the concept of scaling in geometrical figures. For example, if two cubes are kept here, and suppose that the ratio, so suppose this cube has been scaled up by 3 times. Scaling up by 3 times means each side is thrice the side of the smaller one. So scaling factor is 3. So when you calculate area is equal to length into breadth. So length also got increased 3 times and breadth also got increased 3 times. So it will get scaled by 3 square times. So if scaling factor is 1:n, then ratio of area is 1 square is to n square, and ratio of volume is 1 cube is to n cube. You know this. That means if two cubes are such that the second cube has sides thrice in length, so I will say that scaling factor is 1:3. What used to be 1 became 3. So length of 1 has been changed to length of 3. So if length changes, area also changes, volume also changes. So you can calculate directly. So scaling factor 1:9. This is for old object, this is for new object. So similarly, the area of old and new object will obtain this ratio, and the volume of old and new object will obtain this ratio. For example, I am giving another example to you. Any geometrical figure. Let's suppose a sphere is kept here, sphere. If it is known that the radius of this sphere is 5 times the radius of this one, 5 times, then what will be the volume? Then I will say that the scaling factor is 1:5. And if I am talking about volume, so volume is 3-dimensional thing. So the scaling factor will have this ratio 1:5 cube. So if this has volume V, this will have volume 125 V. So this is the concept. Now based on this concept, let's see how we can solve this. So if each edge of a cube is increased by 50%, so 2 cubes, let us first find the scaling factor. So if this is 1, this is 1.5 increased by 50%. So what is scaling ratio? Scaling factor is 1 is to 1.5, or this can be said to be 2 is to what? 3. 2 is to 3. This is the scaling factor. So now what is the percentage increased in its surface area? So percentage increased in its surface area. Even if you do not remember the formula for surface area, or even if you do not understand what is surface area, this question could have been solved. If only you realize that area is a two-dimensional thing and scaling factor is 2 is to 3. So ratio of old is to new area, whatever area, surface area, lateral area, total area, doesn't matter. Area itself is a two-dimensional thing. So ratio of old is to new area will be 2 square is to 3 square, because scaling factor is 2 is to 3. So I can say if the earlier area was 4, the new area is 9. So if the edge of a cube is increased by this much, then the percentage increased in its surface area. So you can solve it in this way. So let's see. So what is the total increase? Increase of 5 can be noticed. 4 now becomes 5. 4 becomes 9. So increase of 5 units. Therefore, percentage increase will be 5 is what percent of 4, because change has been brought about in 4. So you will have to compare 5 with 4 and not with 9. So 5 is what percentage of 4? So 125% is the correct answer. So this one is the correct answer. So now let's move to the next one. So if the sum of all the edges of a cube is 36 centimeter, then the volume in centimeter cube of that cube is. So how many edges does a cube has? A cube has 12 edges. A cube has 12 edges. So let me help you realize this, that a cube has got 12 edges. So let us see. Let's go back to a cube. So let's count the number of edges. You can see 4 edges on top, 4 edges on top. Similarly, 4 edges at the bottom. So 4 plus 4, 8, and 4 vertical ones. So these vertical ones. So therefore, a cube or a cuboid, both of them have 12 edges. So what is being said? If the sum of all the edges of a cube is 36 centimeter, so 12 times a, because each edge is a, that means all the edges are of same size because it is a cube. It is a cube, that means all the edges are of same size. So if I assume the length of one edge to be equal to a, so the total length of 12 edges will be equal to 12a. So this is given as 36. So from here immediately you can realize that a is equal to 3. So if a is equal to 3, then the volume. So volume is what? A cube, a into a into a. So 3 cube, 27 units. So this will be the correct answer. So let us see this one. A wooden box of thickness 0.5 centimeter, length 21 centimeter, width 11 centimeter and height 6 centimeter is painted on the inside. Please mind, you are painting the box from inside. That means a box is empty, hollow. It is simply made of wood. So it's like a hollow cube. In our case, hollow cuboid. The expenses of painting are rupees 70. Then what is the rate of painting per square centimeter. So the dimensions are 21, 11 and 6, and the thickness is 0.5 centimeter. So let's interpret this with the help of a diagram. So let's suppose this is that box. So what is actually being given? That box is not solid. It's obviously a box, so it is made up of wood and it has some empty portion. So now see. So the dimensions given are 21. So you can assume this to be 20. Let's suppose that this is 21 units. This is 11 units. And the height is 6 units. And the thickness, that means this gap, this, as you can see, this gap from here, or this gap that you see, that is what its thickness is, that is 0.5. So this is 0.5. Now if you, this dimension is the outer dimension, this is the outer dimension. So what about the inner dimension? So if you think about the inner cube, because there is a hollow space there. So if you think of the dimension of the inner cube formed, it will be, see, this side is 21, but it has also got thickness. So thickness. So if you look at the inner length, so this is 0.5. This is also 0.5 from here to here because it is thickness, because it is enclosed. So the inner length will be 21 minus 0.5 plus 0.5 because it is thick. So from two sides 0.5 and 0.5 have to be deducted. This have to be deducted, 0.5 and 0.5. So out of 21, one have to be deducted. So if you talk about the dimension of the inner cube, its length will change from 21 to 20. Similarly, its height will change from what? 6 minus 0.5 plus 0.5. So from 6 it will change to 5, and similarly its breadth will change from 11 to 10. Why? Because thickness is there. So if you add thickness of both sides, 0.5 plus 0.5, it is actually 1 centimeter. So a deduction of 1 centimeter in dimension. So 21 becomes 26, becomes 5, 11 becomes 10. So this is the dimension that has been painted. 20 into 5 into 10 is the cube that will get painted. Outside is not painted, inside is painted. So what is the total surface area that has been painted? So if this is A, this is B, and this is C, then you can see we have total surface area painted will be equal to 2 times of AB plus BC plus CA. So total surface area painted is equal to twice of AB. So 20 into 500 plus BC 5 into 10, 50 plus CA. So 10 into 20, 200. So this is twice of 350. So 700 units, 700 square centimeters. So this much got painted. Now what is the question? Question is, the expense of painting are rupees 70. That means to paint 700 square centimeters have been painted. So to paint 700 square centimeters, this guy has charged rupees 70. So what is the rate for per centimeter? So for 700 square centimeter, this is the rate. So the rate for 1 square centimeter will be equal to rupees 70 divided by 700. Unitary method is equal to 0.1. So rupees 0.1. This will be the correct answer. So now let's move to the next one. The length of the longest rod that can be fitted in a cubical vessel of edge 10 centimeter. So length of the longest rod means what? The length of the diagonal. So length of the diagonal of a cube is length square plus breadth square plus height square, which is same in this case. So under root of 3a square. So now let's substitute the value 3 into what is a? Edge is given to be 10 centimeters. So under root 300. So this can be written as 10 root 3 centimeters. So this is the correct answer. So as you can understand from the diagram, so what is the highest length? So diagonal. So when we talk about the diagonal, what actually are we referring to? So from this corner to the opposite corner, diagonal does not lie on the surface. Diagonal will lie within the cube. That is the diagonal, because it is not a two-dimensional object. It is a three-dimensional object. So as you can see the calculation, if this is length, this is breadth, so first Pythagoras theorem can be applied to find the length of this triangle, and then in this triangle again you can apply the Pythagoras theorem. So L square plus B square plus H square is what the actual diagonal comes out to be. So you can treat it as a formula, be it cube or cuboid. For both these 3D figures, diagonal, the formula for the diagonal is what? Under root of a square plus b square plus c square, where a, b and c are the side lengths. Volume of a cuboid is 12 centimeter cube. The volume of a cuboid whose sides are double the above cuboid. Again scaling. So you are talking about two cuboids. So two cuboids. What is the relation between these two cuboids? It is said that cuboid whose sides are double. So if this is 1, this is 2. So scaling factor, scaling of 1 is to 2. So scaling in volume will be what? 1 cube is to 2 cube. That means 1 is to 8. So what used to be 1 now will become 8, or you can say that the volume will become 8 times the previous volume. 8 times the previous volume. So 8 into 12, 96. So this is the essence of scaling. Now similarly, if each edge of a cuboid of surface area S is doubled, then the surface area of the new cuboid will be what? So edge is getting doubled. Edge is getting doubled. That means 1 becomes 2. So scale 1 has become 2. Lengthwise, scale of length. So scale of area will be 1 square is to 2 square, or you can say that 1 became 4. That means the new surface area. Don't be bothered about whether it is surface area, whether it is total surface area or lateral surface area. Just understand the effect. If previous was this, the new will be into 4 times, whatever area you are referring to. So 4 times of the previous area. Because if length is getting doubled, the area becomes 4 times, as can be seen in the scaling factor. Okay, now look at this one. This is a very good question and a very common one on top of that. So better be careful. So if A1, A2 and A3 denote the areas of 3 adjacent faces of a cuboid. So this is a case of cuboid. So I will represent a cuboid in this manner. I am not going to draw the entire cuboid. So length A, breadth B, height C. So this is how I will represent it. Now what is being said? A1, A2, A3 denote the area of 3 adjacent faces. So 3 adjacent faces. That means this is face 1, this is phase 2, and this is phase 3, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So A1 is equal to A into B, because this length is A, this length is B. So this area of surface 1 is equal to A into B. Similarly, area of surface 2, that means this surface, will be B into C. Similarly, area of third surface, if I call this as 2 and this as 3, so area of third surface will be A into C. So this is what is given. Then you have to find its volume. So this is given, it is given. So from here, if you multiply A1 into A2 into A3, what do you get? You get A square into B square into C square. So what is volume of the cuboid? Volume of the cuboid is equal to A into B into C. So look here. So A, B in C is equal to what? Square root of A1, A2, A3. Why? Because A1, A2, A3 is equal to this. So if you take square root, it becomes ABC. So what is the correct answer? This is the correct answer. Please remember this result. This is a very important result. So next time you see, you can use it as shortcut. If these three areas are given, you can straight away multiply these three areas and then take its square root. You will straight away get the volume. Now let's move to the next one. The surface area of three coterminous faces. Coterminous means just the way we saw, three adjacent ones, are 6, 15 and 10. Then the volume of the cuboid. So what can you do this case? Volume of the cuboid, multiply the area of these three surfaces and then take its square root. So 15 into 6, 9. So square root of 900. So comes out to be 30. So look how easy things become. Let's move to next one. So this is a very, very good question. I would insist that first you should give it a try on your own. So if the areas of the adjacent faces of a rectangular block, so rectangular block is another way of calling it a cuboid, because it is a block, so it's cuboid. So rectangular block are in the ratio 2:3:4 and volume is 9000 cubic centimeter. Then find the length of the shortest edge. So see, let the length of the edges be A, B and C. So look at the ratio of the adjacent areas. So I can say that A into B must be equal to 2K, because ratio is 2:3:4. So I introduce a variable K. So if AB is equal to 2K, BC must be equal to 3K and CA must be equal to 4K. So what is volume? Volume is the square root of product of these three. So 2K into 3K into 4K. So from here you can see that 9000 cubic centimeter is equal to square root of 24K cube. So if you square this, so this is what? 81 into 10 to the power 6 is 24K cube, squaring both sides. So 9 square 81, 10 cube becomes 10 to the power 6. So from here K cube is equal to 81 into 10 to the power 6 by 24. So let's take the next step here. So 81 by 24 is what? 27 by 8 into 10 to the power 6 is K cube. So from here you can see that K is equal to cube root of this thing, 27 upon 8 into 10 to the power 6. So this comes out to be 27. Cube root of 27 is 3, cube root of 8 is 2. So 3 by 2 into 10 square, because you are taking cube root. So this will become 1.5 into 100. So this is what? 150. So K comes out to be equal to 150. So now you have found out the value of k, then how can you find out the value of the shortest edge? So you see C and A must be the two largest side, because hence their area has come out to be largest. So the smallest area will involve the smallest side. So that's what, if you, so the largest area will come only when you have chosen the two largest side. So this 4K does not include the shortest side. So let's find the area of this surface first. So C into A can immediately be found out as 4 into 150, because K is what, 150. So C into A is 600, and we know that A into B into C, that means volume. Length into breadth into height is equal to 9000 units. So we know that C into A is equal to 600. So if you want to find the height of the shortest edge, see, please understand, it is evident from this that the shortest edge will either be A or will it be B, because see, if the value of the surface area is highest for this, that means at least one of the largest edge was involved here. So if you are looking for the smallest edge, it can be found where the product is smallest. So either A or B. And you can see here AC, that means both A and C are the two of the larger ones. So B is the smallest one. So from here you can immediately say that B is equal to 9000 upon AC, or else 9000 upon 600. So comes out to be 15 centimeter. Please understand what logic we have just used here. You can understand it in another way as well. So suppose you know about the volume of the cube, you know. Okay, so suppose the volume of this cube is 600 cubic centimeter and the area of this surface is, let's suppose, 60 centimeters square. Then you can immediately calculate the height, because height into area will be equal to volume. So area into height is equal to volume. So if area of one surface is known, that means the third edge can be found out. So we have done just that. We have found out the area involving the two larger edges came out to be 600. We also knew that the volume is 9000. So based on this figure itself, we could have calculated the third side, and that is what we have done. So now let's move to the next question. The sum of length, breadth and, dear students, let's have a look at this question. So this is again a very good one. The sum of length, breadth and depth of a cuboid is 19 centimeter and its diagonal is 5 root 5 centimeter. Then we have to find its surface area. So let the dimensions of the cuboid be A, B and C. So what is given? The sum of length, breadth and depth is known. That means A plus B plus C, length plus breadth plus depth or height is known, which is given to be equal to 19. What else is known? Its diagonal is also known. So diagonal is how much? It is this much, under root of A square plus B square plus C square. So this is given to be equal to 5 root 5. So these two things are given. And what are we being asked to calculate? So we have to calculate its surface area. So surface area is how much? So this is the formula for surface area. So based on these two information, we have to calculate this. How can we do that? Let's see. So we'll have to take help of algebra. A plus B plus C whole square is equal to A square plus B square plus C square plus twice of AB plus BC plus CA. And if you see carefully, this is what you are trying to calculate. So let's do that. A plus B plus C is given to be equal to 19. So from here I can infer that 19 square is equal to a square plus b square plus c square. So a square plus b square plus c square will be equal to 5 root 5 whole square. So 5 root 5 whole square plus the surface area that I am trying. Let's move to the 6 into 1 square. So 6. So let's see what this question is about. If V is the volume of a cuboid of dimension x, y and z and A is its surface area, then A by V is given by which of these options? So let us see. Dimension is x, y and z. So volume V is equal to what? Length into breadth into height. So in our case it will be x into y into z, because the dimensions are not a, b and c but rather x, y and z. Similarly, surface area will be equal to how much? Twice xy plus yz plus zx. So now we have been asked to find a by v. So a upon v is equal to twice xy plus yz plus zx whole divided by x, y, z. So if you simplify this further, this comes out to be what? 2 by x. Yeah, so this is 2 by z plus 2 by x plus 2 by y. So if you take 2 as common, so 1 by x plus 1 by y plus 1 by z. So this is the correct option. So let's move to the next one. The surface area of a cube is 486 centimeter square and melted into small cubes, each of 54 millimeter square surface area. Find the number of small cubes. So there is a slight problem. Units are different. So first things first, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. So this we must be aware of. So now let's understand what is being said. The surface area of a cube is 486 centimeter square. That means 6a square must be equal to 486 centimeter square. So from here you can find that a square is equal to 81 centimeter square. So if you take this 6 to that side and divide, so from here a is equal to 9 centimeter square. So the original cube has one edge of 9 centimeter length. Then it was melted and recasted into smaller cubes. So each cube has a surface area. So this was for the bigger cube. So this was for the bigger cube. Now let's see the maths of smaller cubes. So for smaller cubes, so 6, let me name this edge as x. So 6x square is equal to 54 millimeter square. So from here you can see that x square is equal to 9 millimeter squares. From here it is evident that x is equal to 3 millimeters. So a cube which was this much big, 999 of this dimension, was scaled down into smaller cubes having side 3 millimeter. So 3 millimeter can be written as 0.3 centimeter. We have to keep the unit as same. Now the question is, how many smaller cubes will get generated? Now look at the scaling factor. Scaling factor 0.3 and 9. So 0.3 is to 9. This is the scaling factor. So how many cubes? Smaller number of cubes. That means volume have to be same. Volume have to be the same. So you can say that 9 cube is equal to n times of 0.3 whole cube, where n is the number of small cubes created. This is the volume of the large cube. This is the volume of the smaller cube. So 9 cube is equal to n times 0.3 whole cube, where n is the number of cubes. So let's see, from here you can see that n is equal to 9 by 0.3 whole cube. So this is what? So this comes out to be 30. So 30 cube. So 30 cube is how much? So this will be 27,000. So this has to be the answer. Question is all about a solid metallic cube is melted. So a solid metallic cube is melted to form 5 solid cubes whose volumes are in the ratio 1:1:8:27:27. The percentage by which the sum of the surface areas of these 5 cubes exceed the surface area of the original cube is nearest to. Okay, fine. So understand what this question is trying to convey. So a big cube, a large cube was melted into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smaller cubes. A very large cube was melted into these 5 cubes. The volume for these ones are given 1, 1, 8, 27 and 27. So what can be said? It can be said that the volume of the original cube must be equal to the volume of sum of volume of these 5 newer ones, because the original cube has been melted. So original cube has been melted. It is written here quite clearly, the solid cube melted. So the volume has to be the same. Now look at the volume of the smaller ones. 1, 1, 8, 27, 27. So what is the volume of the original one? So the volume of the original cube. So original cube. Let's do the calculations for the original cube. Let its side be equal to A. So therefore A cube volume must be equal to 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 27 plus 27 units, because the volume is not changing. So sum total of volume is this. So this comes out to be 64. So from here A is equal to cube root of 64 comes out to be equal to 4 units. So if original cube had a side of length 4 units, so original surface area, was equal to how much? 6a square. So is equal to 6 into a square, that means 4 square. So 6 into 60, 96 units. So this was the original surface area. Now let's see the new surface area. 1, 1, 8, 27, 27. So this is the volume. This is volume. So edge will be 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, taking the cube root. So edges 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. So based on this value of edges, value of surface areas will be equal to how much? 6a square. So 6 I am taking common. So 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 3 square. So this is equal to 6 into 1 plus 1, 2, 4, 6, 9. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 plus 9 is 24. So 24 into 6 is what? 144 units. So earlier the surface area was 96 units. Now it has become 44 units. So increase in surface area is equal to 48 units. 144 minus 96, so 48 units. Therefore percentage increase will be what? So increase has been brought about in 96. So 96 has seen a jump of 48. So percentage increase means 48 is what percentage of 96? So answer will come out to be 50%. So the surface area has seen a jump of 50%. So now let's move to the next one. A 5 centimeter cube is cut into as many 1 centimeter cubes as possible. What is the ratio of the surface area of the larger cube to that of the smaller surface area of the smaller cubes? Now understand. So a cube, original cube, has an edge of 5 centimeter and then it is breaking into smaller cubes having side 1 centimeter. So how many cubes? smaller cubes are going to get formed. So 5 by 1 whole cube. So 125 cubes will be formed. Why? Because the volume have to be same, or you can treat it like scaling factor as well. So 5 has become 1, or you can say that from 5 you are 1 2 3 4, you have broken into 5 cubes on one edge. So suppose this was the original cube, this was the original cube. Now you are breaking it such that on one edge now you are going to see 5. So that's why total will be 5 into 5 into 5, 125 smaller cubes. So if you understand this fact, that for example, let's take another example. If a large cube having sides 4 centimeter and that large cube is broken into smaller cubes having side 1 centimeter, then how many cubes will be formed? So since we are breaking into smaller cubes, so now more cubes will be formed. So 4 by 1 whole cube. You can remember this shortcut. Okay, so now let's apply this. Now let's see. So we have understood that 125 new cubes are going to get formed. So question is, what is the ratio of the surface area of the larger cube to the sum of surface area of the smaller ones? So we have to compare two things. So originally there was one large cube. So original one cube was there whose side was equal to 5 centimeter. Then what we did, we changed into, or we melted into 125 smaller cubes. 125 smaller cubes, each having side 1 centimeter. So now we have to compare the surface area in both these situations. So let's do that. So surface area is 6a square. Here only one cube is there. So 6 into 5 into 5 units. So 150 units. In this case, in changed scenario, there are 125 smaller cubes. So 125 into surface areas. So 125 into surface area of smaller cubes. So 125 into 6 into a square. So for smaller cubes, a is 1. So 125 into 6 comes out to be equal to 750 units. So what is the ratio? Ratio is 150 is to 750, or you can see 1 is to 5. So this is the correct answer. Now let's move to next one. A 4 centimeter cube is cut into 1 centimeter cubes. So what is the percentage increase in the surface area after cutting? So what was 4 is melted into smaller cubes of 1 1 1 each. So how many smaller cubes will be formed? So 4 by 1 whole cube. So 64 smaller cubes are going to get formed. So now let's compare original cube, side 4. So surface area 6a square, 6 into 4 square 16, or 96. This was for original. In changed scenario changed to 64 smaller cubes, and this time side of each smaller cube is what? Only 1 centimeter. So 64 times surface area. So 64 into 6 into 1 square. So what is 64 into 6? So 360 plus 24. So 384. So 96 changed to 364. So 96 has jumped to 384. So what is change? What is total change? So total change is equal to 384 minus 96. So this is how much? So this comes out to be 288. So now percentage change. Percentage change, that means 288 is what percent of 96? So 96 threes are, so 300%. So a change of 300% can be noticed in this